am I the asshole for no longer walking my friend home to her dorm after she rejected me?
Oh, incel behavior?
Yeah, I would say, just because she rejected you, you should probably make sure she gets home safe still.
So it sounds like you're not really her friend. You just wanted to get at her.
Sounds like.
Or get with her. Yeah.
By the way of this title, it sounds like.
Yeah. Y'all ain't friends. You just want a piece of that ass.
Fair enough. Let's hop into it and see if you guys are correct. I, 21 male, have been friends with Annie, 21 female, for 3 years now, since the start of college. We usually chill at one of our other friends' house every Saturday night with our group of friends. After we're done, I walk her home to her dorm before heading out back to my dorm. This has been the default, and I never really thought too much about it. A month ago, I asked her out, but she just wanted to remain friends. It did not bother me too much, but I obviously wanted to cut back on our relationship a bit. We were still amicable and part of the same friend group and still joked around with each other. However, I stopped walking her back to her dorm and just walked back to my dorm. The first couple weeks, she did walk back to her dorm on her own.
I think
However,
asshole.
last week, However, last week she asked if I could walk her back because she was extremely scared of walking alone at midnight, especially when she was drunk. I told her to just get an Uber or ask someone else because I was getting too tired to walk her home to her place, and then I walked back to my place. The conversation was sort of awkward, and we left it at that. So am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Oof.
Look, because then
you're bang on the money there.
Yeah, just like John said. If you were never really friends because you were doing that not out of friendship, but out of trying to get that ass.
You waited those 3 years to fucking ask her out.
Yeah.
So as soon as, because when you were, if you were really a friend, you'd be walking her to her dorm, this whole time just as a friend because you care about her safety. But now that she's rejected you, you're like, well, I'm just too tired for that.
Tired.
Bitch, for 3 years you walked her to her dorm. And it's crazy for her to come to you and be like, I'm scared, especially like after we drink, and you to be like, man, sorry
That's
about
crazy.
it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Get a random stranger to drive you on Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, how do you not feel like an asshole? How do you not realize you're treating her differently just because she rejected you makes you an asshole?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems pretty cut and dry over here.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think this whole time it wasn't really a friendship that he viewed it. She viewed it as a friendship. Obviously, she trusts you enough to ask you for a favor and say, hey, as a friend, I feel scared to walk alone. As a buddy, could you please help me out? I see that with her, but like, I think for him, like he just bided his time. Like he waited until he had the courage, the balls to be like, hey, I'm going to try to ask you out. And the moment you feel rejected, all the things that you did for her in the past, all of a sudden is like, well, good luck to you walking by yourself. You were never a friend, my guy. You just wanted to shoot your shot and you waited too damn long.
Yeah, because if he was a true friend, he would do it no matter what, which is exactly what you both said. Reddit deemed asshole. Book Dragon 1980 said, so what you mean by friend is I hung out with her for 3 years hoping she'd sleep with me, but she said no, so I can't be bothered now. That must be it, because if you actually meant friends, you wouldn't be acting like a jerk towards someone who is/wants to be your friend. You're the asshole.
Look at that. Perfectly summarized.
And there is an update here. So, update. Okay, I was the asshole. I apologized to my friends this morning, and I explained my feelings because I guess I haven't been too upfront about it after she rejected me. I told her I wanted to cut down on our one-on-one time, and that's why I didn't want to walk her home last week. But that was obviously the wrong way to go about it. I was extremely drunk that night and did not think too clearly about it when she asked me if to walk her home. But I will say, it seemed premeditated because you weren't walking her home anyway for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that flies, the drunk excuse flies.
The cutting part on like the one-on-one time, I get it.
For a little bit, maybe, if you're
for a little bit
a little upset, but
I get it. But I don't know. I just have trust issues with this guy. I just feel like this whole time it was never really about that friendship.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. He goes on to say, I told her from the next time on, she could ask me to walk her home, and I would, but I would prefer if she asked someone else, or if she had someone else walk her home, and to consider me as sort of a last resort. She did tell me I had nothing to apologize for, and she understood it was her fault, and that she shouldn't have
Oh.
sprung it on me at last minute, which
I don't know about that.
I feel she's just trying to
make you feel better.
coddle your ego because
Yeah.
I don't understand how that's her fault. I expect the whole conversation to be super awkward, but it was not. And she seemed very happy and sort of emotional about it. We joked around after that. We're not the type to be serious with each other. We joke around a lot. So I'm super happy things are at least not awkward between us anymore. So, I mean, kind of like a better spot, I guess, but it still seemed like you could be just waiting again for another opportunity to ask her.
It's crazy. I kind of have hope for the guy.
I have hope, but there was still a lot of red flags in that update.
Oh, he's definitely a red flag for sure. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of people who doesn't like acknowledge some of the wrongdoings that they have, and he was at least saying like, "Hey, I realized where I was wrong." Yes, she might have stroked his ego a little bit, and maybe to make him feel better and soften the blow of the rejection. I still don't think like he was ever a friend to her, but you know, the rare times when I'm like, maybe there's hope for this guy.
That's fair. Any last thoughts, Sean?
No, just generous read. Yeah, I guess you could have hope for him. I could see where that's
I have hope
coming
for
from.
every person we read about.
Yeah.
Oh, for a lot of people, I don't.
Well, I have hope. I have no expectations they will live up to my hope.
Yeah. Because it would have loved for him to be like, well, no, I do have to apologize. That was pretty rude. I let you, you know, you
You
reveal.
blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy to do that, like Josh said, after, you know, not walking her to her dorm after she rejected you. But I also get what John said, you know, like, you know, if he really did have a crush, he's like, all right, well, I got to kill the crush, so spend less one-on-one time. That makes sense too. But yeah, I don't know. It is, I don't know if you've taken complete fault like I want you to.
That part he did it for sure.
I feel like you got, your friend let you off easy and you're like, I guess I really did nothing wrong.
Okay.
I did,
And I feel like you did. I feel like justice has not been served, brother.
Well, like John said, hopefully he comes to the realization. I don't think Reddit was much easier on him in the updates. So,
And they're valid for that.
yeah.